can see the timer. I think I'm ready to go. So before I let me do one thing. Okay, so this is cost of quest at 100%. So it's a little different than any percent and some of the other categories. So basically, the goal of the run is to get all of the you have to get all the costumes, because in any percent we get all but 2 costumes. We have to get those 2 costumes along with all the others, obviously. We have to get all the costume upgrades. We have to buy all the cards. We have to complete all the quests, trick-or-treat at all the houses, and that's about it, I think. I don't think there's anything else. So that's where it differs for 80%. Any percent, literally do as little as you need to. And usually we'll get to like level 9 or something by the end of it, but this one we are less than we normally would be, or more than we normally be. Sorry. Usually we'll end up like level 11 or something. So we're blazing through the fights towards the end. That's I guess that's the explanation of the category. I'll go ahead and start. It starts the same. Everything. The starting and stopping is the exact same. You have to make sure you have everything. Oh, you also have to buy all the maps. And yeah, that's it. So I'll go and start. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm gonna take my time a little bit more than I normally would to try to explain things, explain like what the game's about, and I guess I don't really need to explain what the game's about, but explain the major route differences and stuff. Let me turn the sound up a bit. There we go. Okay, so this is just straight exactly the same as any percent so far. This whole first split is the exact same because there isn't anything else we could do. Like we are forced to go to Chronoculus and have him take us here, and then we're also forced to fight Corvus, because that's how we learn the combat stuff. So we are forced to do this. No getting out of it. Nothing else we could do. Can't stray off the path. There's no side quests or anything. It's literally just Corvus and then that first tutorial fight. So we're just learning our basic stuff. This is when I'd be explaining like the actual more broadly about the run, but I don't really need to do that in this since you guys already know about the. Okay, that's weird. So you guys already know about the run and stuff like that. And yeah, it's already been showcased at Horrible Games Done Quick, so I don't really need to explain it as much as I would for like a first-time viewer, but I will definitely explain like the story a bit more on the actual run. You know how like there's an evil dentist, doesn't like Halloween, and we're in a dystopian world without Halloween, stuff like that. Because the story of this game is pretty interesting, from what I remember. I don't remember it fully, but it is something. So right here, it's just normal tutorial fight. There is a way. There's a way to, speed it up a little bit, get it one cycle faster, but it is it's not, it's not necessary, and it's not easy either. Well, 100% is self-explanatory, but 100% is different for each game, like what constitutes 100%. It's an awful first split. Like a 55 or something. $54, awful. But that's because I was explaining things. But like, it's good just to give a measure of what exactly we're doing and why it's going to take so much longer than any percent. Because right now, this is just over 50 minutes longer than any percent. Most of the time that most of the time added on from any percent isn't going out of your way to get all these like little secrets and stuff. It's not having to get all the trick or treating, like trick or treat every house. It's mainly just grinding for candy. So we the candy grind is kind of tight in any percent, for a specific spot. But this is way tighter. It's not tighter. It's just the more candy you have saved up and can spend, the short amount of time you'll have to spend candy grinding at the end. Because there's a section just at the end of the game that is just 100% just sitting there grinding for candy to buy all the cards and stuff. Not entirely sure how much candy you do need, but it is a good bit more. It's a lot. Because there's a lot of cards in it. Granted, some cards you get from killing enemies and like from chests and stuff, but most of the cards you get from the shop. So it tacks on a lot of extra time. And the good thing about 100%, compared to any percent at least, any percent, to get a good run, you really need to rely on RNG, like good RNG. Because specifically, there's 2 events that we need to happen at a certain time. One of those events is in the bayou when we're trick-or-treating the first time. We want to... There's a quest from one kid that gives us 300 XP. And that's to get 2 duplicate Ghost Bunch cards. We get both those cards from the trick-or-treating in the bayou. So we're already going to trick-or-treat in the bayou, so it doesn't really... it's not like it's out of the way or something. It's something we're already having to do. But the way we route it is we need to get it, like, earlier. We need to get it at a certain point in the bayou. Because of, because just of how the route works, like what order and stuff. So we need to get it at a certain point, but we don't care about that at this point because we don't inherently need the XP. We need it at some point. But we don't need it at a specific point. We can get it later, and it's completely fine. There's also the Tongue Puncher's card, which doubles your XP, which you don't necessarily need, like even at all, but you definitely don't need it early, which is fine. You'll get it at some point, which is the thing. And another thing about this run that I quite enjoy is the hide and seek kids. There's the 3 major areas of the game. This is one's in the past. One is all the like downtown, east side, old Auburn Pines, stuff like that. Just all the areas basically from we leave the past until we get to the dental compound. There's hide and seek kids there, and then there's another quest in the dental compound. And it's really cool routing them out because that's something that you would normally, kind of, some of them you don't normally go to the areas, but it's 100%, so we obviously have to. Because not only does it give us a quest, or give us XP for a quest, and obviously quests are mandatory in this, it also allows us to get like better candy pails. So what candy pails do, or buckets, whatever, different things to hold the candy, I guess. I don't know, whatever they're called. But what they allow us to do is they give us a little health and damage boost. It's not something huge, but it's a little something. But the more important thing is it allows us to hold a lot more candy. Originally we can only hold 2,000 candy. And then I think it gets bumped up to 5,000 and then infinite, I think. Something like that. You can hold a lot more candy. That's the point I'm getting at. And so since we're grinding for candy the whole run, trying to save as much as we can, we really need to make sure we never have too much candy. If we ever have too much candy, that means when we like fight something or get more candy, it just won't be added to our total. So we really need to make sure we're planning what we've bought correctly. Because if we never buy anything till the end of the game, we're going to waste a lot of candy. Because there's a couple points where we end up with over the amount we would have, over 2,000 or 5,000 or whatever we get. So that's something we really need to watch out for. So this part is, like I said, same as any percent. We talk to we talk to this band up here. We honk at some people obnoxiously with our horn, and then, oops, did not mean to do that. And then we buy a couple things. So now we're going up here to get another hide and seek kid. I'm not entirely sure how worth it is to get it now, but because normally at the end of the game we'd come up here anyway, because at the end of the game there's Oral, he's over there, and that's how we get him back to the future, so that he can beat his future self. And so, you know, that's kind of important, is getting him. So we come back. That's the only reason we come back to the past, like in the lore of the game. So we have to go up over there, and we pass by that kid. So you could say it's faster to just go talk to that kid then. You know, when we do it later in the game. But like I said, if we don't get that kid, we don't get the upgrade to our candy bucket. So that means we'll just have to kind of deal with holding less candy. So I'm pretty sure it's worth it, but it's not something that's been tested fully. This is still pretty new, quote unquote. I say new, quote unquote, because I'm the first person to pick up this category in like 4 years. The last submitted run, which was the world record for like 4 years, was in 2016, early 2016. So, like, I didn't even fully watch the route and stuff of what they had done. Basically, all I did. No, I didn't want to talk. Nope. Okay. Basically, all I did with this category is just because I know where everything is because I've played this game a ton. So I just kind of routed it in my head, and I've just kind of gotten more used to where everything is, and I know what's fast and what's not, and when to get stuff. So most of this route is just in my head, like nothing written down, nothing tested for how quick it is. It's just my fully based off of my game knowledge. Yeah, we're good. So that's got some benefits and some drawbacks to it because my brain is sometimes not the greatest, but it's usually fine. So now that we have combos, this is when we start fighting everything, because it's a lot faster. Actually, it's a lot faster to fight things at level 3. And something else to note. Unfortunately, Mifa's game like died or something when he was doing the marathon, but this right here, this pumpkin dude, he's a DLC costume. I had to like edit the hex code of the game for me to be able to get him because I never got the DLC. But so there's that. And because he's a DLC, he does and he doesn't count for like 100%. Like we use him, obviously. We use him in 100% because he's a lot faster. But we've made the rule that you can use DLC, but you don't need to buy the stuff for it, like the upgrades and whatnot. Something else I don't think I've mentioned either, but there's a lot of these pinatas that are just kind of everywhere. They're called secrets, along with like the chests. They're kind of grouped together. So there's we just basically have to run around and get them up everywhere. It's basically their only purpose is just to fill 100%. Because otherwise, obviously, we wouldn't get those. Like it gives you decent candy. It's like 100 or something, maybe more. I don't know. But it's not very useful, and you have to kind of go out of your way to get it as well, which is never something you want to do. But you got to get it, so it doesn't matter whether or not it's out of the way. 10. That's fine. Like, this is the second hit I've taken since I started the fights. No, I knew I should have done something. So here's the third secret of the area. No, fourth secret of the area. 3 pinatas and a chest. So that's the last pinata we have. We have one more chest, which is something we would get in 100%, or sorry, any percent, because it's a really fast card. It saves us a lot of time just because it's quite useful. It's called nubbins, and when you use that on a teammate, they do 2 times damage for 3 attacks. So it's pretty good. We also use that in the final boss. But what's funny is, other than, there's the other card we needed, by the way. Other than like other than the final boss, we don't use cards that speed up fights hardly at all in this area, or in this run, because we take speed, or sorry, we take candy and XP over speed, because it's way more important to have more candy than to finish a fight quicker. Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Cool. That's nice. Because getting as much candy as possible, as quick as possible, is the best thing we can do. Is he dead? Who's dead? Who died? What was I talking about? I don't know. So now, this is one of the cards we'll be using the... That's one of the cards we're going to be using the entire run. It's called Snickets, and luckily we can buy it as soon as we start the game. We don't need to be a certain level to buy it. And that is very important. It doubles the amount of candy you get from each fight, or from a fight, not each fight. For every fight you use it on, it doubles your candy. You use it once every 3 fights. And so there's that one. There's tongue punchers, which we use in any percent. It just doubles your XP that you get from a fight. And then the final card we use for most of the run is called Pamela Moose's or something. Oh, something like that. And basically just adds 100 candy to your fight. You get an extra 100 candy. Please start. Yeah, it's very useful as well. Okay, so this will be fine. On these types of enemies that have 150 health, usually you want to do... Oh. You want to do 50 damage each attack. That did not do 50 damage. You couldn't just hit him. There we go. And before I forget, we do use nubbins in a boss fight coming up. We have one more kid to find. Oh yeah, I left a kid up here. I'm supposed to get that earlier, but I'll get him now. Yeah, you're supposed to get that when you're doing the music stuff, but I forgot. So now we get to the French Quarter. The fights are a bit more difficult here in the French Quarter. Enemies have more health and typically deal more damage as well. So it's a bit more annoying to try to take them out. And I'm not hitting amazings today. Dang. 2 health. It's so tantalizingly close to taking him out. 2 health. Almost ran away, 'cause I'm dumb. There we go, okay. So this is also the point where we stop using our specials. We only have 2 more fights after this before the Chronoculus boss fight. And we definitely want to use all of our specials on that because it's so much quicker. Okay, level 4. That's because of usually we hit level 4 after the very last house of this area, but obviously we've done, I guess we've really only done 1 extra quest, but that extra quest has given us a good deal more XP than the other 2 houses would give us. So that's when we hit level 4. And time heals always, of course. It's unfair. Just, they're all weak to tech. It's so annoying. Tech enemies are the worst early game. Because when we used to play with Clown instead of Pumpkin, at least at that point, we'd have Clown to deal damage to tech because Clown wasn't strong to tech, but it wasn't weak to tech either. But here, everybody's weak to tech. So one more fight, and then we are good to do the boss fight. Oh, nice. No, I meant to hit down twice. Okay, that's fine. One of the healers will be dead at least. I need to remember to switch the order so that superheroes last. Otherwise, that won't be good. So this is just about over. This pace isn't too bad actually. You know, I don't entirely know how good this pace is, but that trick or treat section in the bayou was really good. Okay, so now we are done trick or treating, as said by this cutscene. And oops. Now we come up here. This is Oral has taken all of our candy that we need to get up to Little Bones. And we take it back. And before we go over and give it to Little Bones, we talk to Shady. We buy that. So that now Superhero's got her upgrade, which... Oh, no, I do need to go in here. I'm stuck. Okay, we're fine. So now Superhero's got their upgrade. It's going to be a lot more damage. Because honestly, like the upgrades do so much. Like even though she's weak to tech, it's still going to be faster. Almost split there, just out of habit. So now we come up here. And I need to be very careful about this because I've messed this up. So here's a secret we need to get. But as you can see by that little like mound of dirt that's moving in front of it, there is a mole down there. We don't want to fight the mole because we don't have to. So we just kind of leave him. We just need to get the secret. Doesn't matter about taking out the mole and stuff like that. So it's all good. And now we've done half of the health to Chronoculus in one hit. Okay, just want to do a weak attack. Don't want to do it too strong. Okay, good. Should be good here. I hope. I didn't give it the 2 times, the double turn. Oh, clock's at 1 health. That's annoying. So annoying. Come on. Could do any damage and then it's over. I keep wanting to split, but it's just a singular timer. I just want to give a measure of like how long this run could take. My guess is the estimate's going to be like 2 hours, maybe 2:05. Don't run into that dude. I think he's turned around. Normally, we would run into that dude and then run away from the fight, and we just like teleport back to the French Quarter and skip this long cutscene that you just can't skip. But it only takes you back, like the way running away from fights works is it takes you back to the nearest fountain. Like we just passed that fountain right there. That's the one we would normally respawn at. But unfortunately, that isn't the case. Like we don't respawn at that fountain when we have to go get that secret up there. When we get the secret, we walk by the other fountain, and then we have to, there's no point. We're still in the same area. Uh-oh. Oh no. Mistakes have been made. Can I? Huh. So I was supposed to talk to a dude there. Mifa forgot that in his run too. I want to see where this takes me back to. Oh, it takes me back here. Okay, so there's no point. Luckily, I can get that later. There's no big deal because I go back to the past anyway. It's just a bit out of the way, so that's gonna be kind of annoying. I really need to remember that because we come back to that past. It's not like super out of the way, but it's definitely not fast. So we get an extra like 1,000 candy before we start our candy grind. Completely forgot about that. So on the talisman splits when I'll go get it. So now we're in the I don't know what this is called. We're in something. It's like a dental boarding school we're in right now. So we've met Haley now, which is the daughter of Everett and Lucy, who's the people who are helping us in the future with that time travel thingy, the portal. So now we've met her daughter, and she's hidden. No, she had a costume, but the teachers took it away and put it in their desks. So we have to go to the desk and just get some costume pieces, and that'll allow us to get out of here. It's also the best costume in the game, in my opinion. So now we are Thomas Jefferson. And we can use diplomacy, which means we talk to people, and they basically do what they want us to do, or what we want them to do. I need to keep that. There we go. So this card's just kind of speed the fight up a little bit. That card fills up Pumpkin special all the way right at the start, and he does a lot of damage. So that's something we really want to do. So we're gonna give him that card as well, so that way next time he'll have 2 turns, and his special will be ready a little bit sooner. Because the more he attacks, the more damage he takes, the more his special meter gets filled up. Good, yeah, just keep beating up on Pumpkin. I might not even be able to use this special before the round's over. Sometimes you can. I'll be able to use it, but not to its fullest potential. Because he has a max amount of damage he can do with the special. And that's, if the enemy is over a certain health, it'll do like, I don't know, like you just saw there, it did like 380 damage or something like that. But if it's below whatever double that damage is, like the health, so right there, he did 380 damage or whatever. So if the enemy has less than like 720 health, whatever is double, or 760 health, sorry, it's below that, then it'll just do half of its health. So right now it'd only do like 100 damage, which is still a lot, but not enough for it to be worth it. So you might as well just save it for the next fight. Because we're going to take him out this cycle anyway. Because Superhero's just going to finish him off in one hit. I keep getting ready to split every time. Yeah, he's just dead. He's gone. Smoochies. You can get that this early? That's crazy. That's so early. That's not something we need till like the end of the game. Because we need that for a quest. Because we need a duplicate of that card. Oh yeah, forgetting that dude sucks more than I realized. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh my gosh. I thought I hit B. There we go. They just magically know. Whoa, look at that dude. He posting something in chat. Zach, are you still here? Can you delete that message? I guess Zach's not here. But this run is just meant as a showcase of the category. It's not like something to take like super seriously, I guess. It's not like this is gonna get record anyway. Like, this is just to show off the run. Do a better job of explaining it, and like the very few glitches we have. By that I mean like there's like one. We do know how to get out of bounds, but it doesn't help at all. So I guess what I'll do to make up for not forgetting to talk to that dude. So I'll have to come back here. Also, there's a little glitch where some corners you can kind of like just try to use your boost. You kind of slide up and you just go over stuff. It's kind of cool. There's another secret we've got. So I'll just talk to that dude later. I have to come back here for Corvus stuff as well. Actually, no, because we would, oh boy. Unlike this fight. Those guys do a lot of damage. So my plan now for the fight, or for the stuff the thing I forgot. Oh, okay, Jefferson's just dead. That's unfortunate. It's not that big of a deal now that I think about it. So what I'll just do, so I'll talk to him in the past, and then when I come back to the future, I need to go back anyway, so it doesn't make a difference here. So yeah, it's literally just I have to go out of the way a bit in the past. So this is fine. It's not like something I just have to super go out of my way for. There's another secret. There's one more. Maybe. Is there? There might be. Oh, no, there's not. I don't think. No, I think there's just two. There's still another chest with costume piece in it. I'm just gonna give him 2 turns. That way, I can do this. Oh, if I got an amazing there, you'd be dead. Yep, he's gonna heal. Of course. That's annoying. Kinda want him to attack. Yeah, okay. If he healed, that'd be awful. Would not appreciate that. So he's gonna be dead. Can heal again? Nope. They just do so much damage. Luckily, it's not a big deal. Here we go. So, nothing too bad. And that's the last house. So I do have to talk to this kid down here. That dude up there, I've been known to talk to. We get him at any percent as well because he gives 1,000 candy. Or I guess a net gain of 800 candy. But basically what you do is you talk to some kid in the past, and he'll give you an investment, and he'll say, hey, if you give me 1,000 candy, then, or if you give me 200 candy, I'll give you some money in the future when I'm rich and famous. He did become rich. I don't know about famous, but he was rich. And then, so we give him the little IOU that we would have gotten in the past, and then we get candy, 1,000 candy. Okay. Okay. Yep. Tooth Academy, that's what it's called. And we get that. And just I probably just fill up, get as much as I can. No, I hit B. Okay, so now we're going to east side. Yeah, we're going east side. Oh crap! Go back in. It's just a any percent mouse pointer. It's hard to get rid of. So right here we see some claw marks on the wall, right? And so we pull out a little glow stick. It goes up the ladder. Blah blah blah. And that's the oh, what am I doing? This is probably when I'd like ask the viewers to guess what kind of costume that could be. But it ends up being a werewolf costume, which is one of the two we don't get in any percent. So we have to follow his little footprints. See it goes there, and then he'll say anything, or he'll say something about it. Look, he went down the alley, blah blah blah, and then he'll pop up some other place. It's a really annoying quest because the triggers for it kind of broken a little bit. So sometimes it'll just you'll be holding out your little stick, go through a load zone, and then it just won't register that you ever held out your stick and won't give you the next part of the quest. It's kind of annoying. Dead. Okay. We got him. Alright, it's creepies. That's a card we need a duplicate for at some point for a kid. I want to test something. No, you can't open the chest. Okay. I've thought about that every time I've been in a run. I'm like, can you open the chest? You definitely 100% cannot open the chest. Making this mole a mandatory fight. Which we already thought. We didn't think we could skip him. If we could skip him, we'd probably get the hide and seek kids in the dental compound to give us some XP to get to level 9, like in any percent. Not this. We don't care about XP too much in this, because we'll get to level 11 pretty much no matter what. So it's not a big deal. And these amazings are feeling shy today. That did a lot of damage. Double candy reward. Need to be using that more, but there we go. So now what we do next is we go up here. There's a little thing. Yeah, there's more claw marks as well. That fight we've got hitbox on that, so weird. And now we'll follow the little trail in a second once we're done with this fight. You can take 2 turns. Probably should have given that to a superhero. Oh, no, we're fine. God, superhero does a ton of damage. I love how fast you can just mash the block button. It just kind of keeps blocking constantly. Best part of the run. I can mash pretty quick, and you saw. So we got one more fight in this area, and then we are pretty much good. Yeah, here's the little trail. You can just kind of like press a button, and once he says something, that's when you know the trigger for the next fight or for the next part has worked. Okay. Oh crap! I didn't switch. I'd be on accident. This is fine. What's that? Yeah, we'll give that to him. That way you can do half damage to everybody. More than would have done anyway. Come on. Yep, okay. Wizard's kind of trash at this level, because he don't have his upgrade. We don't use Wizard till he gets his upgrade. And now we are pretty much done in this area. We do have one extra thing, which is kind of annoying to get. It's not this. There's something after we get the Cleopatra costume. But there's another chest in this area that we have to get. We can only get the chests, however. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I did that. It's hard focusing on commentating and stuff, but hopefully Mifa will be commentate, so I don't have to do this by myself. So I forgot about this too because I got distracted. So, okay. So, I guess this is a good show. Yeah, that was on purpose. Yeah. Good showcase. So, there's the right across from us. Actually, this was so big-brained. Actually, I think I just found out a faster way to do this. Because we have to get this chest, but we can't get it until we've gotten all the stuff. That's so smart. I'm so smart. We done this area? Maybe. Yep, so claw marks went back in the sewer. Talk to this kid, dude, whatever. We do this. Oh, look, they've gone over here. Very nice. And then we kind of like... Actually, I'll do that. You do that after. Yeah, this category can definitely go down a lot lower. At the moment, or when I'm streaming this is a records 154.55. And it could definitely go down to a 4x. Maybe a 3x. Just get some more stuff. I'll just buy one more. Nice. That's just another thing to mention about the RNG of this game. It's just so awful. As you can see, there's one enemy here. You can have 1, 2, or 3 enemies. That's literally every fight in the game, more or less. Yeah, grub and gauze, of course. It's not every fight in the game. It's almost every fight in the game. Every normal fight in the game. Obviously, I'm not counting bosses when I say that. There's some mini bosses as well, like the snails are mini bosses. But come on. So there's tongue punchers. There we go. Where's tongue punchers? I don't need that anymore. Oops. And now it goes up here. Say something. Yeah, okay. So almost level 7. I'll be level 7 by the end of this area, downtown. We got one more kid to talk to. And we also have... Oh, nice. He's not dead? What? That's unfortunate. Okay, but we also have the werewolf costume that we're going to be getting in this area. So we're almost done with that quest. Uh-oh. That did a lot of damage. Don't like that. And Jefferson's awful with his upgrade. Once he gets his upgrade, though, his damage like practically doubles. Come on, please. Okay, took him out. Yep, magic muscle. Those operatives really like to use magic muscle. I guess for half their attacks are magic muscle. Okay, so he should be one shot now by somebody. Jefferson maybe. Oh, okay. We don't need a superhero. Oh, he's not dead. This is a bad fight. Okay. Now he's dead. But I kind of had to use those cards. And see, it's 100% can be difficult in a lot of spots. Because you're trying to eat as little as possible just to conserve your candy amounts. Because obviously we don't want to get too much candy. Or sorry, we don't want to use too much candy. Because every time we eat, it's just less candy that we have. Every little bit counts. Which is why I'm kind of scared for this area. I don't know if I bought enough. I might not have enough candy. This fight is technically optional, but the Psycho you'd have to get for that is kind of tight. No. Attack this dude. Super is not going to take him out. No, very close. So he's going to heal. Or at least one of them's going to heal him. Which is super annoying. Yep. It's a lot of health he just gained. I guess I don't need to. I expect Superhero Special to take all three of these guys out. Just get them low enough by the other two. And they're all three dead. And now we go up here. I go down here, I mean. It's a weird hitbox. I don't know. You just kind of get stuck there. Now wait for this dude to pass by because we don't have to fight him. And there he is. And he just gives us his costume. Keep moving forward, please. There we go. In fact, I haven't hit level 7 yet. And now he's dead. Oh, what I meant to say was now he's almost dead. Yep. Here we go. So much fun. Just mashing the button as fast as you can. What's that card that's ready? Is that the special ability thing? Need to swap that out for what's it called? For Suckums. So I'm not really going to use that card too much. Suckums is more useful. Dead. Okay. Not awful. Now we're level 7. And right when we're getting close to filling up our candy amount, that was bad. Usually my cycle here is fine. Okay. Kinda sucks. Okay, so now we have a ghost pail. Okay, there we go. So there's one more secret in downtown. Before I forget, let's look at the maps. Yeah, one more secret. Yeah, I've gotten every secret except for one in the French Quarter, and we cannot get that secret till we come back in the future. Or come back from the future. So now we get Clown again. Let's see, last time we'll use him. Cause he wants to laugh, and then he'll sign our contract that we give him. Something else I forgot to check on the map. All the houses. Yep. Yep. Okay. So we're fine. Yeah. Last time we'll use clown for the. Actually, we'll use them once in a second, and then we don't use them again. I don't think. Cleopatra. Okay. So now we're done with this area, pretty much. All we have to do is talk to this man right over here. And then we're talking to Shady to buy something else. Can I can't use diplomacy again. So now we're done with that area. Come back down here. Talk to this guy. And now we're going to go fight Alferion. Now where's Succombs? Here we go. Kind of a pushover, not gonna lie. Pretty easy fight. It's even easier when you have counters, but we don't get counters till later. Because there's no point having to go back to Corvus again. We have to go to him twice. Okay, Jefferson's gonna have his special ready, but I'm gonna save it. Apparently special's not ready. Now I'm gonna save it. Okay, so now using his special again. His special does the most damage, 355. And now we just kind of spam the other two specials. And the fight's just about over. It'll finish this round. Maybe not. That'd be close at least. Super can clutch up. It'll be over. Every time I got my finger over the spacebar, getting ready to split. And obviously I don't need to split, it's just one split. Before I forget. No, Snickets is right here. Oh. Hit B, I promise. And now we are escaping this little prison thing. I'm not entirely sure why we're here, we were in there. We escaped because they just had a big hole in the wall for some reason, and we just kind of punched through. And now we're in the dental compound. There's a lot of stuff we can do here, but we're not going to do most of it outside of like normal 80% stuff until later in the escort split. Almost everything extra we do is during the escort split. So So this is where we say goodbye to Pumpkin, because as we level up further, Pumpkin is just less and yet less useful. He still does a lot of damage, but because we don't buy his upgrade, his costume upgrade, it's kind of useless. So this is the last fight we will have Pumpkin for. Unless, I don't know, something. I don't think there's any fight we don't use we use Pumpkin for after this. Because, like, he does have a costume upgrade, but it costs 1200 candy, and it's just not worth it because of how much candy grinding we need to do at the end. So it really is not worth it to get the costume upgrade, because it wouldn't save as much time as it would gain, or as it wouldn't save as much time as it loses trying to get an extra 1200 candy. And now is when we start buying pretty much everything. Every time we're over here, we buy stuff. Well, not necessarily. Because we've bought everything we need to have, I think. All but one thing. That's this thing. We need that. Probably should have bought that just now, but I kind of forgot about it, if I'm telling the truth. So we need ghosts. That's not ghost. I've hit the wrong thing a couple times. Almost level 8 already, which is very nice. Usually we'd get that in the lab, but because we fought so many extra things, we are good. Jefferson, he just does so much damage. The only bad thing about Wizard that Pumpkin's at an edge over is Pumpkin's special is way better than Wizard's. Wizard's special is absolute garbage on multiple enemies because it does like, it kind of splits the damage. So if there's one enemy, or if there's like 3 enemies, it'll do 50 or something to each one, which is garbage. But if there's one enemy, it does a good amount of damage, like 150. No, I never ate. That's fine. Chrono is a pushover. He won't kill me. Not even gonna get close, is my guess. He's ripped. He's been really working out. And go ahead and give those to Superhero. She's already got her special, which is good. Because now she can double her damage with her special, do 389. Chrono's already been taken down 600 health. And we can max out her special again. You can do that. See, like, 130 is not bad. And another 400 damage. 389, my mistake. Jefferson's almost got his special, but he's probably not going to be able to use it. Or at least it's probably not going to be worth it to use it. Because these two are going to do a lot of damage. So it's going to get down like 100 or something. Less than 100, yeah. It's going to be like 50 health or something. Maybe 30. Yeah, okay, I was at 50 health. So obviously I'm not going to use a special on 50 health. That's useless. I'm about to split again every time. So now, you'd think, okay, we're done in there. We just finished that up. But we have to go back. Because there's this kid. It's annoying. We can't get him before now. He's a hide-and-seek kid. You just gotta run back and go get him. Nothing you can really do. So I'm gonna let these cards recharge because we have to use 2 of them later. So I'm just gonna let him recharge. I guess one of them I could have swapped out for Snickets or something. But we use Suckums and Nubbins in the final boss, and we don't want to... And they don't recharge unless they're like in your hand at the moment. So if we didn't let them recharge, we wouldn't be able to use them for the final boss. So we just leave them in our party for a little bit. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But this will still be fine. I wouldn't have been able to take him out anyway, because Wizard wouldn't have been able to do 150 damage to the operative. It would finish right here though, so it's going to be like one extra turn. Almost. Well. Peepers. See, that's the other one we use in the final boss. So we got Snickets. We don't need Frostbites anymore. So we gotta wait 2 fights for Nubbins. We don't even have the other card we need to swap in, so it's fine. We're gonna have to wait on that anyway, so. Because we probably would buy it like after this fight. So then at that point Nubbins will be down to 1 turn that we'd have to wait. So we'll equip it after the next fight. We'll buy it after this fight, equip it after the next. We use cards a lot more efficiently in this, in 100% than any percent, I would say. It's like you're using cards most battles in 100% just because it's kind of mandatory to speed things up. There's one other card that has a potential use. Yesterday, Mifa linked me to a forum post from like 2015 or something. And it said, there's this one card called Garlic Crunch or something of that nature, something about garlic. And it speeds up the battle by 2 times, so everything's just twice as fast. Well, what somebody on a forum post said was they somehow managed to glitch the game so that the effect stayed in after the battle, which is insane because it's not just after that one battle. It stayed in every single battle until he restarted the game, and it stayed in the overworld. So like he ran around twice as fast. That would save so much time. Granted, it wouldn't help in any percent because you get it pretty late. Like you get it level 8 or something. We only get to level 9 in any percent. So we get it too late for it to be useful in any percent, but like right now we're level 8 right now. Imagine how much time that'd save. That'd be crazy. But I don't know how to reproduce a glitch. He didn't explain how you produce the glitch in the first place anyway. It's the wrong enemy. So at the moment it's kind of useless. I tried to figure out how to do it last night, but because I had one theory and I couldn't get it to work. I'll plug my phone in. There we go. So we got all 3 cards that we need. There you go. Got this. And we run down here. Which I'd have forgotten for a second. This kid down here. Most of what we do in the split is just getting kids in hide and seek. Secrets we don't get until later when we're doing candy grind. And I am aware that I have a card I can use, but I'm gonna wait till the other two are recharged, because what happens a lot, if I don't use all three cards in the same, like at the same battle, usually I kinda, it's a lot more difficult to keep track of like using cards. So it's just easier for me to keep up with it when it's one card versus, or it's one set of three cards rather than three set of one card. You're like using one card at a time. That's just a lot slower. Here's another mole we can skip. In my record, I kind of messed it up and didn't skip him. Like I accidentally ran into him to fight. We will come back and fight him later when we're candy grinding, but it's faster when we do it later at a higher level. I guess, I don't know why I didn't just fight him, just get that later then. I don't know, I'm kind of in the area. I don't know. That's something I should probably do. Almost out of water. There you go. It's so nice the amount of damage they do. We just don't really have to worry about any of the fights. That's why I like, currently I'm liking 100% more than any percent. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, the fights are a lot quicker, so RNG doesn't play as big of a role. It's just nice. Now we're done with this split. We do have to run back outside really quick to go to this kid. I think he's not the furthest out of the way, but he is one of the furthest out of the way. Hide and seek kids. We can get him later because we have to go up that staircase later anyway, but we want the candy pail earlier than when we would normally go up there to... Because there's some secrets hidden up there. There's 2 that we have to go get. But it's preferred to have the candy pail earlier. Okay, now I can use my cards. I don't know if I could have used it in the last fight. Maybe. And now this is when we start getting a lot of candy, a lot of XP. Very annoying how low that dude is. 25 health. Dash a splash. Probably gonna heal himself. Oh no, he didn't. What an idiot. So, if I can get this low enough with the splash damage, ooh. Okay, you got the superhero clutch up. Got it. Yep, didn't even need an amazing there at the end. Definitely probably got him here. Yeah, 2 health. Nice. First fight done. 3 left. And then we're on to Talisman, then Candy Grind. Dang, this RNG is not great, but as you see, I go through the fights a lot quicker. I also forgot to use cards last round, so but I'll be using that now. I really need to remind myself to use cards as much as possible. It's kind of difficult to get used to, if I'm being honest. Probably the biggest difficulty in this run is just getting used to the cards. It's not difficult, it's just... Because obviously it's just remembering all it is. This shouldn't kill him, should it? Okay, yeah, good. Dash a splash. Thank you. And so we're gonna get like 600 candy from this fight and like 2400 XP. He will attack, but it doesn't matter because I'm healing after pretty much every fight anyway because I'd have to. I don't really have to once Candy Grind starts, but these fights are a lot more difficult. Yeah, 640 candy, 2400 XP. Okay, not bad here. He's gonna be dead. Oh, he's not. It's annoying. Oh, let's do this. 62, that was not worth it. This is not worth it. Not at all. Much slower than it would have been. So, this is the last fight of Lab that is RNG. And next fight is not RNG for whatever reason. There's just two of the same enemies every time. It's a chemist and a technician every single time. I don't know why it's like that. But I will not complain for a fight that isn't RNG. Because you can't lose time to RNG on a fight that isn't RNG. If you get me. So, this dude would be dead right here. And this is also the only fight in the game that we will use with Hot Dog, at least on purpose, at least. Because you have to lure that dude out of the room with Hot Dog, like by wearing the costume. So you have to fight with Hot Dog, no matter what. Kind of strange. It's one of like, so if we're talking about the amount of costumes we fight, like we use in the run, in fights at least, there's Superhero and Candy Corn for the very first fight, and then Pterodactyl and Pumpkin for most of Bayou, or no, all of Bayou and French Quarter, and then we change after, and then Jefferson, and then we have Hot Dog. And Wizard. I forgot about Wizard. Wizard, then Hot Dog. I don't need to buy anything. About to split. Okay, but I didn't. So this is what I'm going to run back and get the dude I forgot at the start. Okay. So I need this for another quest, of course. Everything I do pretty much is for a quest. And that's how we get the, I guess it's not even a quest, it's the final costume we need. It's definitely really cool to figure this costume out when you're first playing the game. It's a cool casual costume. You'll see what it is. Probably my favorite way you get a costume in the game. So we're going to aim that stupid joystick. And this is also the last secret in French Quarter. We don't need any more now. This was the one that we missed, and you can't get this until this point in the game, because you have to use Cleopatra to get over. And when we originally here, we don't have Cleopatra. Just in case. Actually, I can like destroy some fights here. So luckily, I have to go to Old Auburn Pines anyway, because I have to give a kid some duplicate cards, and I also have to I have to go talk to Corvus so he can give me counters and a better special meter. Every 3 levels you can go talk to Corvus. Level 3 you get combos, level 6 you get counters, and level 9 he just says, good job, here's a special meter that fills up a little faster. So we do both of those last two at the same time. And when we're also in Old Auburn Pines, we'll give a kid his duplicate cards. And that's about all we do. And in this run, because I forgot about that guy that I just talked to, also, there's this. I don't really know if that does anything, but that is something. I don't know if it's counted as a quest or not. And now this is when we go to Old Upper Pines. Right up here. Okay. Couldn't remember if I got duplicates or not. I was kind of scared. Because if I didn't get duplicates, I would have had a coin grind and then come here. Or candy grind. I keep saying coin grind. I'm used to Odyssey. That dude just gave me 1,000 candy, which is very nice. Now we run in here, talk to Corvus. You get counters, which speeds up fights a good bit. Because the fights in the candy grind section are super easy to tell who's gonna hit you. So you can pretty easily use counters. Counters do a good bit of damage back to the enemy, and also they you take less damage. Not like it matters. So there's 3 respawnable enemies in the game. And they're all robots. And they're kind of pushovers. Oops. He's gonna pop out again. I have to talk to him again for the... Yeah, apparently his sister gave it to him on his birthday and he never used it. I don't know why he never used it, but that's his little story. And another thing to mention is there's a, what do you call it? There's, you know, Jefferson's got his ability that allows him to use diplomacy and get what he wants. So you can use that on Shady at 2 different points in the game. And that decreases his prices by 10% and then by another 10%. So overall 20%. Now we're here in Dr. White. I combined Doctor and White. We are here in Dr. White's little warehouse where he's got all of his cardboard houses and people. Some of them say stuff to you as well. Like, you know, good job, nice, I love you, Oral, stuff like that. Like, he likes Halloween, but the reason he didn't like he wants to get rid of Halloween is because his mom hated Halloween. And so he couldn't participate ever. And so he became a dentist, didn't like Halloween. So now we went back to the past, we got Oral with us. And he's kind of just hanging out. And he's going to, we're going to defeat Dr. White, go back to the present day. And when we go back to the present day, Dr. White is not evil. Because he, you know, I don't know. I guess that changed his outlook on Halloween. So now he's a cool dentist. So now is when Candy Grind starts. There's like 2 things we've got to do. Oh, great. There's 2 or 3 other things we have to do. We have to get 2 secrets and a costume, but we are pretty much just candy grinding now. All we have left is just to get a lot of candy. Because those costume upgrades cost a lot, and there's a lot of creepy treat cards that you need to buy. Are you kidding? He's at 1 health. Guess we'll just do this. Now he's dead. Okay, now to use my cards. Tragic Magic, that's fine. Tragic Magic is so difficult to deal with when you're lower level. That's what makes the lab split and any percent so awful. Because they can just use Tragic Magic and you're kind of screwed. So while we're in here, we just kind of fight all the enemies that are here, because why not? There's like another 3 chemists, so that's cool. Definitely not super annoying and unfair, but you know, I'm not salty. Can I take them all 3 out? No, they're very close though. One's gonna heal at least. Oh no, we're fine. Neither one of them healed. Let's go. And both dead. There's one more in here. Another reason we have to fight like pretty much every enemy in this area is because 3 chemists again. Are you kidding? There's a kid that we talked to next to Shady, and he says he needs a duplicate card. It's like it's the 3rd duplicate card quest in the game, and you can get the duplicate. You get both of the cards in this area, but it can be from like any enemy in this area, pretty much. So you have to be really thorough, because sometimes you'll just get it from the robots. Sometimes you have to go out of your way to just look everywhere and find it. So it can be kind of annoying. In my PB, it was the very, very last enemy I found, or I fought, had the duplicate. Now we are on to doing other things. So we talked to this guy. Oh, I forgot. I need to use diplomacy. Basically, this dude's saying, "I'd give you my leftover fertilizer, but I need to know the name of this movie." So he can't remember the name of the movie. He's like, maybe if I see something, it'll jog my memory. And so he talks about how he remembers a superhero, a hot dog, and a werewolf. But what he tells us is they all have to be in their upgraded forms. He's like, because if you just walk up to him without the upgrade, he'll say something like, "Oh, that does I do kind of remember that, but the hot dog had more fixins on it and stuff like that." And so, yeah, they all have to be upgraded. So the reason we grew that tree and stuff is that's how we get to the solar system costume, the very last costume in the game. At least, I guess technically it doesn't have to be, but it's the last one to get in the run. So it's the last that's available. Like it's available the latest, because obviously I'm getting it as early as possible, and I'm still like I've got everything else. So we kind of just go up this big tree. This might be a good time to just kind of remind people about the charity and stuff, or maybe that could be saved later for like the monotonous candy grind. So now we fallen down. This takes 20 seconds to fall. Almost 20 seconds. So this would probably be a good time for the donations or just talking about Child's Play and stuff like that. And there we go. So now we're done with that. We have every costume. We don't have every costume upgrade yet. We have most though. So now we're just kind of fighting everything in this area. And then there's going to be 3 enemies in the courtyard that respawn constantly. Like you fight it and a couple seconds later it's already back. So we just kind of go around in a big circle fighting the 3 enemies once we're done with everything else. There are 2 enemies in that warehouse we saw earlier where we like knocked on all the cardboard doors and stuff. But we will not be there. Those enemies are the strongest in the game and give them most candy and stuff like that. So we saved that for later since we need to be higher level to do it as quick. What's up, Black Lightning? How's it going? Doing a commentated run for a what's it called? For a charity marathon that'll be taking place at the end of the month. So that'll be really cool. I haven't ever been able to run a game in a marathon. I've commentated some other runs, and I commentated another run at the last marathon we had, but never been able to participate myself. So I'll get to do that. But yeah, this is probably the most boring part of the run, I would say. It's pretty much just fight enemy, just use some cards and fight some enemies. Pretty boring. So yeah, this part might be better for donations and stuff. Then we use our cards again. We'll basically use it as much as possible throughout the whole run. Throughout this whole section, I mean. $630 candy, pretty good. Now we get the last secret in the game. There's no other chests, no other pinatas, nothing like that. Literally just we got like everything. Every other card we have left is from Shady. So everything left we have to buy. Getting some bad RNG on this. Secret costume. Are you talking about the solar system? It's yeah. No, it's not worth it. Yeah, I just got that. I think right before you got here, or at least right before you said something, I just gotten it. Because right now I've got all the costumes, all the non-DLC costumes at least. I've got all of them. I've got almost all the costume upgrades. I've gotten all of the, I've done all but 2 quests. One of them is the final quest, and one of them is something I need to get another card for. So I'm pretty much done with the 100%. This is pretty good pace, actually. So, yeah, this is just kind of monotonous. Going back and forth. It just seems like you played this game before, Black Lightning. It's a fun game. I've put a lot of time into this. Yeah. It's like the solar system / sun, and then it turns into a black hole. You have, yeah. I've put a good bit of time into this game. I've got the 80% record. A lot of time getting good at this game. It's the best because of the name. Is that what it's called? I don't use it. I don't know if it's faster not to use it. I know the old record used to use it. But I know you know this. But I'm more comfortable just sticking with this because I know how to use these characters, or these costumes. Well, if we take him out here, it's gonna be close. There we go. That was a good fight. So I'm right here. I'm gonna buy stuff. See how much, like, get a gauge of how much I need to buy. Okay. 2 more costumes. I haven't gotten the duplicate yet, have I? No. So once I hit level 11, I'm gonna go. Oh, there's a dude down here. I'm gonna go fight. What's a pumpkin upgrade? It just is like a crown or something like that. For the 100% category, we don't have to get that since it's DLC. So we just don't get it. And it's not worth it to, like, we're allowed to get it, but we don't need to get it to finish, but it's not worth it to get it, since that's another 1,200 candy we have to spend, and that'd take a lot more time to grind and stuff. Yeah. But we don't need that, luckily. If we needed, we might potentially have a DLC category, but that's just kind of dumb, in my opinion. Because if there's it's just gonna be the exact same as 100%, except you grind a little bit more to get a tiny bit more candy. Like, well, not a tiny bit more candy, but like a good bit more candy, because you have to get a bunch more costume upgrades. So I feel like it'd be kind of dumb to have a separate category, but who knows? I didn't even know he had a costume upgrade until I did my first 100% speedrun. Had no clue. There's still plenty of cards I need to buy. Like, I've got quite a few left. But I've got all the maps and stuff. I'll need to like, double check that I've got everything. I'm pretty sure I do. And now they're dead. See, so I come up here and I'm gonna go fight this little mole. Because he might have the card I need for that duplicate. I haven't gotten it yet. He's already almost dead. I could finish him off with the special here, but why would I do that? And he did have the duplicate card. That's good. So, let me just check. Maps. So. Okay, yeah. Good on secrets. Just had to double check for safety. What's this drone? Oh, there he is. Yeah, it's kind of, the DLCs are weird because it's kind of complicated, I guess. But on Steam, if you pre-ordered the game back in like 2014, you could get the DLC costumes. I don't know if they're just exclusive to Steam or like if you pre-ordered it on any platform. But I didn't. I only got this game when it came out free on Epic Games. But luckily, somebody found a way that you can edit the hex code of the game, and you can give yourself the DLC costumes. So I had the DLC costumes just because of that. So most people haven't even seen like the costumes, let alone the costume upgrades. Oh shoot, I'm not that far off. I meant to give that kid the card. So I have one more upgrade I need, and then I am pretty good. Okay, cards are ready. Remind myself of that. Which of them? What? What are you talking about? Which one of them is me? I don't know what you mean by that. So yeah, definitely would be useful to speed this, or be nice to speed this area up. God, I forgot to use the cards. I realized when I started my attack. That's fine though. I will use them here though. I will not forget. So I'm just gonna one-shot this dude with his special and then use the cards. Cards are very useful. Don't want to kill him. I might have been able to kill him there if I didn't do a bad attack. Now he's dead. Okay. 604. Turns candy. That's not that much, but these are the only ones that respawn. So we'll do one more loop around, and then I'm gonna go into the, I don't know what it's called, the thing. The warehouse. Actually, I could probably go now. No, I'll wait one more. Because I need to make sure my cards are ready if I'm in the warehouse. Because those give the most candy and XP, so I definitely need to make sure I double that. Okay, hour and 40 now. Yeah, I'm guessing the estimate for this run is going to be like 205. I feel pretty confident I can get a sub 2. Okay. Okay, just cards now. Got everything else. Very good. Where is this dude? There he is. Okay, so I need to make sure I don't use my cards. Because I think it'll be available next fight. I don't know. Let me see. No, it won't be. It'll be available after the next fight, I think. Oh, guessed wrong. That's the useful thing about counters. Counters really speeds things up. Because these enemies are quite easy to predict. And as long as you can predict who they're going to attack, you can deal more damage to them just by the counter. There's like 50 damage or something. Go this way. So after this, I'm going into the warehouse and find those. I should be level 11 after this. Hopefully I can get... Yeah, Jefferson special will be ready. So that'll be good. One health. See, very easy to predict. So all 3 specials are ready. The cards will be ready. Can you go double check if the cards are ready? Yep. Time to go into the warehouse. Strongest non-boss enemies in the game are these 2 right here. They also give the most candy and XP, so very good. And the most health. It's just overall very tough enemies. He did just get one-shotted though. There's a reason I waited till I was level 11. Maybe to take him. Yep, okay. So now I use all my cards. Double that large amount of XP and stuff I'm gonna get. I know I said these are the most difficult enemies in the game, but they are. They're supposed to be, at least. But once you're like level 11, level 12 is the max level. Once you're level 11, you're really not worrying about anything. The final boss is a pushover. Any enemy is a pushover. So I think these are the last non-respawnable enemies in this area. if I can remember correctly. I don't think there's any others. None that I can think of, at least. Obviously, there's other non-respawnable enemies in like earlier areas of the game that I just didn't fight, and there's no point to fight them now because they're such low level. Like I'll probably like one-shot them, but there's no point if they're just gonna be like if they're not gonna give me much. Give me like 100 candy, or like sorry, not like 50 candy or something. They don't give much. 1450. Where's this dude? Over here. Yep. Not a bad run, considering this was just supposed to be a like commentated run. This is definitely where the run slowed down a lot. It'd be nice if I could figure out something to like do to make this more exciting. But I don't know. Nothing really springs to mind. Getting dehydrated. Well, you're not gonna eat. Uh, 3, 6, 9, 12, 1500 maybe. That's not much. Is this gonna be record? I don't think so, but maybe. Cards aren't ready, are they? No. All dead. Yep. So about 1500 is what I need. I have 348. So like probably 2 more cycles around. Cards are ready. But this category can go in a lot more, considering like how little time I've put into this. This is my 5th run or something. Maybe even less than that. I did 1 run, which was 207. My 2nd run was record. 3rd run was on 154. Granted, I did do one back in like April or something, which was a 227, but I'm not counting that. $950. Yeah, like 1 more cycle around. Probably the next time I use the cards would be it. Something I need to switch out. I'm going to switch out Chunk Punches because I'm not going to hit level 12. Almost certainly. Let me see how close I am to level 12. I highly doubt I'm going to hit level 12. Let me just look. No, I'm not hitting level 12. So I'm going to have that ready because I will need that at some point. I would need that for my very last battle. That's when I'm going to need that. Last battle before the boss. I need to use that so that my specials are ready for the boss. 4X is definitely dead, but Record is not dead. It's a good boss fight, and I'm good. 1 health. He'll be dead here. How many more do I need? Like 100 more. Where's an enemy? Come on. There you are. Last fight. Definitely need to use sour dumps at the end. Okay, and this is gonna be it. As long as I have 380, I'm good. Yep, I'm good. I need that. Peepers. Okay. And this is it. This is looks like a record. Got all the cards. Showing that off. Got all the secrets. Just gonna show that really quick. All the costume upgrades and all the quests as well. Okay, I'm good. I got a record on this round. That's dumb. Oh, the one time he doesn't hit Jefferson. That did not do much. You don't have enough time to counter that. Yeah, so next run it's probably gonna be a 4x. Before he's even pulled out his next, like, gotten to the next attack thing he's already down to almost half health. He's gonna be taking that a lot more too, soon. Like, right here. I guess after this. Might not have needed to use that. Might be both be dead. Yep, they are. It's fine though. So I'll know that for the future now. I want that to be used on Jefferson. Looks like 153 something. Sit. Yep. Oh. Easy world record. Let's go. Easy. Too easy. That's record by something. How much is that? Minute 41 record. That's pretty good. So, I guess that's it. I'm gonna like retime that stuff for like splits and whatever for me to run against. So, yeah, that is my submission for Custom Quest 2 100%. As you can see, the category can go down a lot more. I haven't been running it for too long, but it's still another showcase of what Costume Quest has to offer. And I finished this a lot quicker than I thought I would. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say about this run, but that's my submission. And now, as for stream, thank you everybody for watching the stream. I'll be back